What's going on, guys? My name's Corrupt and welcome back to Playmakers Gaming. We're going to be taking a look at Hog Miner. Yes, I already made a video on that before, but we're going to be looking at how you guys can use them like pros, and we're going to be looking at these from Heart and Hustle. So let's go ahead and jump into these attacks. So this week we are looking at Heart and Hustle's Wars, and we're going to be taking a look at, again, Miner Hogs. I know I made a video on it before, but we're going to be showing you guys how to use this like pros to get 3 stars at Town Hall 13. It's a really easy attack. I'm seeing it everywhere at Town Hall 13. So this is definitely a really strong attack, and I would say we're going to be looking at a lot of examples with it. So this is not just going to be the only one. We're going to break it down as we go through each of these attacks. So in this first example, the biggest thing here is that what we're looking at on this base design is going to be, well, first of all, of course, we're using a queen charge. Now, it'll either be a queen charge or a queen walk. Notice that he doesn't have any wall breakers, or he doesn't have any way to break into the base. You may have already noticed that he lured out the CC. If we take a look at the CC right here, easy lure, you just need like one Hog Rider, easy lure. Dealing with the enemy CC, still not too difficult. All you have to do is drop in a poison and you will be all set. So really what you want is you want to use your queen and maybe even luring it out to kill off the enemy CC. That way you're creating a funnel there. Then you can use your siege barrack, and then you could send in the rest of your hogs and the miners. So this is where you got to remember. Place in your miners first and then send in your hogs. Because the miners are a little bit quicker, that allows you to get that, little boost into the base. So we see that the Grand Warden's ability was popped, and only a level 11 Royal Champion. So if you don't have a max Royal Champion, well, this strategy still works really well with a non-max Royal Champion. So the Grand Warden's ability over the beginning, just so that then he could keep a lot of those miners and hogs alive as they move in through the base. We still have the Queen working her way down. This way we still have a lot of units going towards this compartment here. So what this offers us is a lot of really good value. We could even use the Rage to help with the hogs. Even though you could tell right there that they got completely destroyed, we still have the Queen ability, we still have the Royal Champion ability, and that should really be able to give us a lot of really good value here. Dealing with the scatter shot very easy, and dealing with those rest of those defenses. That's really where this attack is going to shine a lot more. So that's going to about wrap it up for this example, but we've got a couple more examples where we can teach you guys the Miner Hog. Now, my boy Tesk, he really loves his Hog Miner. And we're going to look at a couple of his attacks in this video, but he's really liking the Hog Miner. So, we're going to be taking a look at his attack with it, and of course, it is very, very strong. Even someone like him can even use it. And of course, he's definitely a very, very good attacker. So of course, this is really, really strong, and it really doesn't take all too long to understand it. You see the jump spell being used here. So primarily with the jump spell, what you're looking for is you want to walk your queen into the base to get the eagle. Now you notice that the queen is working her way this direction, meaning that he had to go with plan B and send in his king. This way, what he's going to be able to do is use that king to take out the enemy king, the inferno, and also take out the eagle in order to deal with just, getting rid of this entire compartment here. What this offers to us now is that we're going to create the funnel in this direction so that then we can send in our miners and hogs going in this way. We're dealing with the enemy CC, which is fairly easy. Then we have the miners and the hogs and the Grand Warden to move in. So as we start to move everything into the base, we want to make sure that we are using our heal spells, make sure that we're protecting them as much as possible, and then as we're still working our way through, make sure that we're popping our Grand Warden ability right over, at least near that Town Hall, in order for us to completely take that area out. Now, I believe I've seen this base type before, but definitely easy to wreck with this strategy. It's very easy to hit ring bases, even just bases where they have the Town Hall a little bit offset. This can still work really well. And of course, these are like really good hits from pros, basically. So you guys can really learn a lot from these attacks where you can easily wreck bases with hogs and miners. They are a great combination. So with that being said, we're going to get through this example. Let's go ahead and take a look at another example with this attack. Here we go. We've got another example here. You'll see there's 2 single infernos and a multi-inferno. So this gives us a little bit of a good sort of taking a look at really what we are primarily trying to deal with, which is, of course, we're still dealing with 2 single infernos. However, you'll notice the spell composition here. We don't have a jump, and we don't have wall breakers, so we're not trying to break our queen in. However, you see that there are 4 freeze spells. Why is this? Well, we're going to use them either with the hogs and miners against those single infernos. This way, what this will allow us to do is freeze them up, not worry about them, and we can get through the base. Just remember that this attack strategy works really well on damage CCs, because if you can lure out this CC fairly easily with, you know, a jump, or using just the queen herself if the CC is lureable, easy. That's some good value that you can get. You notice that the freeze was being used over the queen to kill her. This way, what you're doing here is you are creating a funnel over on this side, which is going to leave you with dropping in your siege barrack maybe around here. That way you can actually send in everything going in like this. You're going to be able to easily deal with the scatter shot like that, and you can just see that there is some value there. Now, instead of actually going towards that town hall, it looks like what the attacker is deciding to do is create a funnel here, create the funnel a little bit here, and then send everything in like this. So that's what the main idea with this attack was. It may sound a little bit stuffy, but don't worry about that. So as we're working through the base, make sure though that you are using those free spells to freeze up the splash, freeze up single infernos, multi-infernos. Also, try to get as much freeze value as possible. I would definitely really want to do my own video on my own channel on how you guys can use free spells at Town Hall 11, 12, 13, maybe even Town Hall 10. So definitely, if you are interested in maybe seeing that on my own channel, then feel free to subscribe to my channel in the description. So as we're sending everything in, we have not popped our King, Grand Warden, or our Royal Champion ability. So we are going to use the Grand Warden's ability. However, it does seem like he moved over with the a couple miners, P.E.K.K.A. Wizards, and the King. So the Royal Champion still has her ability, and she's working her way on the Town Hall, popping the Grand Warden's ability just enough so that then she can help out taking out the the Town Hall. The Grand Warden finishes that off, and then the miners can finish off the rest of the base. And that's really why this attack strategy kind of worked really well. Definitely not something that I sort of predicted on how it was. The Grand Warden moved on the outside, but it's completely fine. Let's go ahead and take a look at a couple more examples with this attack. So, we're going to be taking a look at, again, if you hate island bases, well, this strategy can still wreck them fairly easily. Now, the first thing, he's starting off with his queen walk into a queen charge. You'll see that this town hall can actually be walked, so you don't even need to use a charge into that area. Just need to make sure that you are funneling in your queen, so then she goes in the right direction. The attacker wants her to go into this direction. That way, dealing with the enemy CC, dealing with the town hall, and also dealing with the enemy queen is always definitely really good. Now, of course, on this base design here, we've got 3 single infernos. So you can still deal with a base design like this fairly easily. Now, you'll notice that, of course, that the queen is moving her way onto the outside. No free spells. No free spells are left in the attack, but he can still move into the base as long as he's creating a funnel for those miners as they stay in. Now he's going to have to deal with the enemy CC, even though he wasn't able to kill it off. He's going to have to use a poison, which is going to weaken it, but those hogs and miners are definitely going to take some hefty damage without, you know, being under a heal or having the queen already taken out the CC. But you can see from here is that he's working his way around in this direction. He has some hogs going in this direction as well, and he should be able to deal with the rest of the base very simply with the miners and the Royal Champion. you'll notice again a level 8 royal champion, not a max royal champion. So that's really good to know, because this can still work against base designs where, yeah, of course they're not going to be maxed, but you don't even need a max royal champion, you don't even need a max grand warden, you don't even need a max queen or king to wreck bases like this. It's a very simple attack, and you can see 65, 65, 47, and 8. Almost like mine, except my king is not maxed, but of course, like with anything, you can still use this at Town Hall 11, 12, 13, and this works really well at Town Hall 13. Actually, it works well at all Town Halls. So definitely, I would say that if you are looking for a strategy to really try out, then I would say try this one out. We're going to be taking a look at one more, so then you guys can understand it, and we're going to be looking at another one of Tesk's attacks. So we've got another base design as our final one, and first and foremost, we have a semi-lurable CC. Of course, you know, there are a couple things here and there, like, of course, we can't really lure it out, like with a hog or something, we're going to need to take out those defenses, but what's really huge is that we want to make sure that we are going in the direction of this town hall. We've got to make sure that we are funneling out this area, so then we can place the jump in this area, so you'll see that there is a jump right here, in order to get that queen to charge into the base. So we want to make sure that we are getting value here. So getting down that town hall will funnel out that side. Meaning that what we want to do is we want to funnel out this side with the siege barrack, and then everything else going into this area. And you'll kind of see the reason why I'm kind of believing that, as this area is definitely some high DPS, which can prove really good if we funnel that area out. Dealing with the town hall, fairly easy. Dealing with the scatter shot as well, and also dealing with a baby dragon, balloon, and ice golem CC. I've never seen that before, but it's definitely very interesting to say the least. Not a CC too much so to deal with. A poison will kill off the loons. Fairly simple at that. Taking out the multi-inferno is going to help us a lot. Now we have the king and the P.E.K.K.A.s moving in, a couple hogs to clear up this building, and now we're sending in our miners and our hogs into this area here, making sure that we can still get them to go this direction. So now that we've got this side completely funneled, we're now going to be able to send everything in this way. Now, of course, there's going to be a high area of DPS, so we got to pop the Grand Warden's ability as we go through it. So making sure that we are still working our way through the base, keeping them healed up, and also keeping them underneath the Grand Warden's life aura. This will offer us a lot of really good value. With that being said as well, we've also got the hogs from the siege barrack to help out as well. So as we're working through the base, healing up those hogs whenever necessary, and just, you know, using that Grand Warden's ability primarily early on, and we can still save our royal champion, even though, again, she is low level. So this can still work with a max royal champion or even a low level royal champion. She does work, and she can definitely do a lot of work. So that's going to do it, guys, for the video. I hope you guys did enjoy and learn something from this, but with that being said, feel free to go ahead and subscribe to my own channel, which there will be a link in the description, and also feel free to go ahead and follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and also Twitch if you guys want to see any of the streams coming up fairly soon. Also, feel free to go ahead and give a subscription to Playmakers Gaming if you guys are new here. But with that being said, that's gonna do it, guys, for the video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and I'll be seeing you guys next time. Corrupt, signing out.